Hello everyone, welcome to Multilingual. I'm Karina, your English language trainer and motivator. And today I'd like to share some real stuff with you. You're going to love this video because I love this topic as well. Something that will help you sound more like a native speaker. And what is typical of a native speaker? Right, idioms. An idiom is a set phrase that has to be used as a whole, as it is. If you translate it word for word, it won't make any sense. So in this video, I'd like to share my 7 favorite idioms with you. Make sure to watch it till the end and you will learn my most favorite one. Let's jump into it. So the first phrase I really use a lot is call it a day. Call it a day basically means that you decide to stop what you're doing. Usually it's about work. So you can say this phrase at the end of your working day, like, it's time to call it a day, or let's call it a day. We have spent enough time on that. Or at the end of a meeting, like, I think I've gone through all points in our agenda, so guys, let's call it a day. You can also say it to someone, like, you've been learning for the exam for hours. Why don't you just call it a day?
Well, I say we call it a day.
So remember this phrase, call it a day, and let's go to the next one. The next phrase also concerns your work. So if you have too much to do, you can say, I have too much on my plate. On my plate? Yeah, it doesn't make sense, right? But it's an idiom, so you have to understand it completely. That means you have too much work to deal with. I have to finish 2 projects, deal with the clients, and come up with a new product idea. So I have too much on my plate right now. Or if someone asks you out, you can turn the invitation down by saying, sorry, not today. I have too much on my plate right now.
I said someday, honey, not today. I have too much on my plate right now.
So try not to have too much on your plate. And let's go to the next phrase. The next expression is used to show that you agree with someone's opinion. So obviously you can say, I agree with you there. But you can also use this wonderful idiom and say, be on the same page. I think having breakfast with your family on a Sunday morning is quite important. Do you agree? Yeah, I also think so. We are on the same page there. We're on the same page means we share the same opinion. We agree with each other.
We're 100% on the same page.
I also think that pronunciation is as important as grammar and vocabulary in English. What do you think? Are we on the same page? So you can also use it as a question. And the answer is yes, for sure. We're on the same page there. The next phrase, number 4, describes a situation in which one problem causes another problem, which then makes the first problem even worse. I hope you can follow me. It's called a vicious circle. A vicious circle. You can get trapped in a vicious circle. So let me give you an example. If you, for example, start losing weight through dieting and exercising, and then you stop again, and then you start eating and gaining this weight again, and then you go back to your initial overweight, or maybe it even gets worse. So you can say that you get trapped in a vicious circle of losing and putting on weight again.
Be another example of a vicious circle.
So try not to get trapped in a vicious circle in your life. And the next phrase, number 5, to have a think about something. So try to guess the meaning first. Here's the example. I have a thing about fish. I'll only eat it if it has no bones. Another one, she has a thing about shoes. There are hundreds of pairs in her closet. He has a thing about cats. He wouldn't even go near them. So to have a thing about something or somebody means that you are either like or dislike it in a very strong way. I'm sure you have already guessed the meaning. So if you have a thing about fish and you won't eat it unless it has no bones, that means that you really dislike it. But if you have hundreds of shoes and you like it a lot, so you have a thing about shoes, so that has a positive meaning. What about me? Let me give you an example about myself. I personally have a thing about fitness, so that's why you hear me make lots of examples about sports and workouts and dieting in my YouTube videos. Yeah, and I definitely have a thing about latecomers. So, like, I dislike it strongly when people come late. So what about you? What could you say about yourself? What do you have a thing about?
Some men have a thing about women who aren't sincere.
Number 6, hit the nail on the head. So that's a typical idiom. If you look at the word separately, it doesn't make a lot of sense. So here's the nail, here's the head, and you hit it. So you have to understand this idiom, this expression as a whole. So what does it mean? If you hit the nail on the head, you're exactly right about something. I hit the nail on the head when I said that it's going to rain today. So I said it's going to rain, and what happened? It rained. I hit the nail on the head. My friend could predict the future of his investments, so he hit the nail on the head, meaning he was absolutely right. So if someone tells you some information that is exactly right, you can say to them, you hit the nail on the head. Remember this expression, it's a very good one.
Really hit the nail on the head with that one, try back up.
And as promised, the final phrase, number 7, is my favorite one, and I actually like saying this phrase to myself sometimes, and it's, you can't judge a book by its cover, meaning that you cannot know what something or someone is like by looking only at that person or thing's appearance. This idiom is so important and so meaningful because it's all about our judgments and expectations. If you speak about someone and say, I think he won't manage that, he doesn't look as if he could do that right, and you can tell me, Karina, you cannot judge a book by its cover. And I say, yeah, you're right. I cannot judge a book by its cover. No.
Never judge a book by its cover, honey.
That's it. It's time to call it a day. If you liked this video, give me a thumb up. If you really liked it, leave me a comment. And in case this video goes viral, I'll make another one on idioms because I feel like it's a very important topic. So thank you guys a lot for watching this video. Stay safe, take care, and see you in my next one. Bye guys.